Hey guys, welcome back to the channel, and welcome for some Empyrion Galactic Survival. It's been a hot minute since I played this game, and I'm really terrible at it, despite all the hours upon hours upon hours that I actually have in the game. So we're going to start a new game, single player, new. We're going to do basic survival, going vanilla today. And I have no idea what to call this. Go with hammer 1. Hopefully it's not already taken. And difficulty settings. Let's go look at that. A few things here I like to change a little bit. Starting equipment. Keep that at medium. Inventory on death. We want to keep our toolbar at least. Player progression normal. Degradation normal. Food consumption, oxygen consumption, temperature normal. I'm going to increase our ores. We do not want auto miners to deplete. I don't much care for enemy conflict. I'm kind of a non-confrontational kind of guy. Constructor, craft, normal, blueprint, repair. I believe I want to make that instant. We don't want to have to wait to put our blueprints or repairs, and there's no sense. Blueprint spawn limit, no. Block limit, no. Yeah, sure. CPU, yes. Mass and volume, yes. Unlock check in blueprint factory. So basically what this does is this makes it to where if you have a blueprint in your library that you're trying to bring in, and let's say it's a level 10, and you don't have all the components unlocked because you're only level 5, then you won't be able to bring that blueprint in until you reach level 10 and have all of those components unlocked. Basically, if you have components on a blueprint that you cannot, or that you haven't unlocked in your tech tree yet, then you can't bring in that blueprint because it's missing components that you can't build yet. Yep. Okay. And where do we want to start? We want to start. Akua's good. Ningguez is. I mean, these are the starters, right? Akua, Ningguez, Skillen, and Masperon. And there's a bunch of other options here. Contact Point Alpha. Oh, wow. They got rid of a bunch. Anyways, this is where we're going to go. We're going to start on Akua. And we're going to go crash land. Eventually. Like, eventually. Forgot about how long it takes to load in. It's been a long time since I played this game. There we go. Now we're seeing some progress. So for Empyrion, I like to spend a lot of time in creative building ships that, yeah, they're at least functional. I try to make them look decent, but I'm no builder or designer by any stretch of the imagination. I made a couple that look okay, and I've made a bunch that look stupid as hell. So something like that, I could probably build something like that, like that, but not necessarily that. Um, but my builds are generally pretty basic. I don't have an eye for decoration. Ooh, you guys can hear me over that. That was really loud in my head. Alright, here we go. Crash landing into a rock face. That's, good. Under thrust power, no less. Alright, it's emergency situation, Robinson protocol. Do you want to activate help information system? No. Maybe. It's been a really long time since I played. I don't necessarily need a tutorial on getting started, but this could help kind of direct in the right way. Yeah, no, thanks. I'll figure it out as I go. Anything in here? No? No? What about in my inventory? I remember all my buttons, too. Alright, portable constructor, awesome. Survival tool video, don't need that. I know how to use a survival tool. I know how to build a base. I know how to build a HB. Alright, a couple energy bars, a couple bandages. I'm gonna put this, this, we'll put those, we'll leave those, go ahead and put that down here, we'll put that down here, and then we need to go start grabbing stuff. Look at that. There's resources right next to me. Sweet. However, that do look like a pistol. That is a pistol. It is also empty. There we go. I have one magazine. Does my detector have? No. So we don't start with a survival tool. Interesting. They're free to make, so feel free to throw one into your survival constructor here. And that'll at least get you started. I'm going to move some stuff around here. Nope. You go there. You go there. You go there. And you go there. Alright, and then if I remember right, scroll bar moves through your toolbar, or your scroll wheel moves through your toolbar. This has 3 different modes on it: your resource collection, defense mode, and salvage mode. We're going to obviously go with resource collection. And every act that you perform... Okay, well, let me rephrase. Not every act that you perform. But if you look there on my left side, 2 plant protein got me 100 XP. So I've picked up a few of these already, which means we're progressing in science. We're definitely going to need some iron. And just shoot the rocks until they pop. There's some silicon over here. And some carbon. Some more silicon, some more carbon up there. And we've leveled up. Now, that doesn't help a whole lot initially. However, there are a few things that we could probably go unlock now in the tech tree that would get us going in the right direction. But for the moment, I am going to grab resources, and hey, wouldn't you know it, more resources, because you're going to need them. So if you see there on the screen, we got a resource marker there, resource marker there. They're probably just a little too far away for me to be able to actually determine what they are from here. More resources. Those are probably POIs of some sort. But yeah, we got stuff all around us here, and we're going to run around and collect it for a while. So I'm going to go do that. I will bring you guys back here in a little, excuse me, in a little bit. Alright, so I have run around this little clearing here and picked up kind of most of the resources. There's a few I missed. I didn't pick up any of the rocks. I did, however, get some, what do we get? Let's take a look. We got lots of plant protein, which we can turn that into more energy bars. Got a little bit of wood, a little bit of wood with plant fibers, got a little bit of carbon, a little bit of silicon, a little bit of iron, a little bit of copper. And then I was coming back over here to my escape pod, and wouldn't you know it, the survival tool that I had to make was at my feet when I spawned in. And there's also a flashlight here. I'm going to take that just because it'd be nice to have some kind of light occasionally. Now, with that done, we need to figure out where we're going to set down some roots. We're on it's called a small planet, and it is. I mean, it's a moon of Crown here. We're on Akua, there's Ningua, Skillen, Masperon. They're all moons of this one gas giant. This is our starting system. It is always going to be the Elion system, and it's usually going to have a couple other planets, a couple other moons outside of your starters. Okay. Back to our map. So we know we've got a resource here, a resource here. Pretty sure we saw another one. It was going to be close by these. These are going to be your three basics: copper, silicon, and iron. So we might go set up kind of close to those. Maybe even see if we can figure out exactly what they are, and we'll grab the resources along the way here. And we'll get over here and we'll do a quick scan and see if we can't find all three of them, and maybe we'll set up shop kind of right in the middle of them. Oh, there's silicon. And then over here is another silicon, oddly. Okay, so that's not our, I mean, those are starting resources, but not exactly what we were looking for. So we'll use our detector here, so we can figure out where some other resource deposits are. There. And I'm gathering all this stuff along the way because we are going to need it. There's another one over there. I actually don't have much iron. We'll just kind of slowly keep making our way over to these other deposits over here. I think that's just rock. It's alright, we can use stone for things later. A lot of copper boulders. At least it seems like it now. It sure didn't when I was scouting around. I only found a couple. get up here. Oh, too far away. Cool. Because once we find these resources, collecting them is not really anything but a thing. Alright, scanner. Iron deposit there. We might go look and see what's over there too. Oh jeez. Oh jeez. Going down. Going down. And copper. Alright, so we got iron, copper. You're alright. We know we saw silicon over there, but that's not super close to these. These over here aren't super close to it either. Like, those are a long way away. That was a long fall. I did not want to come down here. Anyways, let's go check out what's over here. It's kind of a long haul, but go over, check it out, see what they got. I think maybe we might put down our constructor here somewhere and build us a little hover bike that would make this a little less painful. This is going to be a long hike and we don't move real fast. Hey, butterflies over here was healing me. Where'd he go? Come here. You. Yeah, do your thing. Aw. We were making our way towards some question marks. Where'd they go? There they are. Oh, hey. More Healy butterflies. Come here. Hey. You missed me. Dude. Aw. Oh, I'm all healed up. That's why. Cool. Obelisk. And progenitor. Scientist camp. Okay. I think we're probably going to end up setting up somewhere like in that area-ish, like overall. Maybe. We'll grab more stuff along the way here, I guess. All the different things. We'll get lots of XP along our way here. Let's see. Copper, iron. God, that silicon is so far away, though. But we got trees here. Like, our escape pod is almost perfectly positioned equidistant from all three of these resources. Problem is it's on the other side of that mountain. So we're definitely going to need to get an HV in pretty quick. Let's see. That's the slope I fell down, I think. Let's see if we can find an easy route out of here so that we can hit the silicon, which is that away. Iron and copper's over there. It's not ideal. I think we may end up actually setting up shop right next to these rocks, because rocks offer protection to some degree. In fact, I kind of like this spot actually. So we're going to plop down our tent. And then we're going to plop down our constructor. Oh, that's nice. Lines to the grid and everything. And then we're going to take all our things and actually we're going to turn all that plant protein into these. We're going to eat this. Oops. And then all the rest of this stuff we're going to throw into here. Probably should have used some of that plant protein for bandages, actually. Oops. Not what I wanted to do. What else did you need? Oh, you need plant fibers for that. Do you make stuff? You do make stuff. Yeah. Here, just take it all. Alright. Starting to get dark, but we need stuffs. The first things we need to do here next minute is we need to hit our tech tree because we have leveled up a couple times. Kind of generally speaking, it doesn't do a whole lot of good to jump into your tech tree until you've hit level 3 at least. We're at level 4 now. We'll unlock our next kind of line of stuff here at 5. And we want to build a few things or unlock a few things here. So we've got a hover vessel starter already. These are free, but you have to be the right levels, so we can't even start building an SV till we level 5, level 7 for a capital vessel. Those are not why we're here. We're here because we want to unlock that. We want to unlock that. These other things are not important right now. Weapons, we want that and that. Don't think there's anything else we can get here yet. Tools. I mean, a multi-tool would be nice, but we're not going to be making them anytime soon. Miscellaneous, we already here. HV. Let's see, we got a generator, fuel tank, O2 tank already in there. Cargo boxes are going to be important. Fridge is going to be important. Container controller, container extension, which we can't get yet. At this point, that might be about all we're going to worry about. Now, we need to look at our constructor here and see if it can make for us a motorbike, a hoverbike thingamajig. Construction frame, what? Construction frame light. What is all this? I don't know what this stuff is. Okay, mechanical components, I know. Nanotubes, I know. Motors, computers, I know. Hoverbike construction kit. There we are. So this will help us get around. We're going to put all that stuff in our inventory. We probably want to go ahead and take those and chunk them in there. I might get you started on biofuel, actually, because we're going to need it. And then we're going to go to sleep for the night, I think. Yeah, that's not so bad. It was super dark, wasn't it? Alright, so hoverbike, right? And I think I'm going to go ahead and eat these just to get them out of my inventory where they're not going to perish. I don't know if they've changed it, but last check, these don't, anything sitting in your output of your survival constructor doesn't go bad. It doesn't rot. Alright, yeah, so now we're just going to have to go start grabbing a bunch of resources and what? Oh, jeez. So this is one of the frustrating bits here is, yeah, you can make the construction bike or the hoverbike construction kit, but you can't, it doesn't turn into anything, and I can't remember how. There it is. Which I suppose you could probably just make that right off the bat, and it would make the construction kit for you, and then automatically roll that into making the hover bike. So I guess technically it's not that big of a deal. Alright, hover bike, and on we go. I'm gonna hit this iron deposit over here. Wow, it's a little twitchier than I remember. My goodness. Alright, well. Alright, so one of the cool things about this game is you get this drone, so you don't have to actually go down into holes. Or just send your drone down there to do the things. Wow, that is kind of laggy. Alright, here we go. And just send your drone down there. the iron. So I'm going to run around. I'm going to grab up a bunch of the iron, the copper, the silicon from the deposits around us here, and bring it back, shove it in my my portable constructor. I'm going to go do that, and then I will bring you guys back when I'm done. See you in a minute. Alright, so I have gone through and gathered up a bunch of resources. They're all in my constructor here. I say a bunch, it's not really a whole lot, but anyways, I made a shotgun and an assault rifle and some ammo for both. And let's hit our tech tree real quick, because I think chainsaw, they don't have a mechanical drill anymore. Interesting. So I'm going to have to wait till level 7 till I can get an actual drill. That's not great. But it's not the end of the world either. I think what we want to do is head off to that scientist camp and obelisk down here over here. I think that's where we'll get started on progression in the story here. That's going to be south and east of us. It's kind of off in that general direction. Drop down our hover bike. And away we go. I think. Ow. Alright. South and east. That away. Oh, whoa. This thing is really hard to control. I can't wait until I can get my own HV in. Might be something we focus on here actually pretty soon, because good lord. Some of that might be the lag. Some of that is definitely a bug in the game. What the? Come on now. Straighten out. There we go. Alright. Pro Engin Tihor. Old scientist camps. Search the container, see if the console contains valuable information. Yeah, I was going to do that, but take the plant fibers. Tales of Tash damaged datapad. Damaged private data device found. Reconstruction of the information above remains partially successful. Should the existing data be read out? Yes. Wait. Go. We're going to watch Clogs, PDA F1, Solo Mission Story, Tales of Tash. Okay, gotcha. So let's go take a look at that real quick. Wait. These logs partially corrupted. Maybe we can recover more if we find more in other places. The information in the console might help to find these, or even tell us how to get in contact with this person, Tash Aki Telin. Containers. I thought it said containers, plural. What is irradiating me? That? Hello. Not allowed. Use key matrix to unlock. What key matrix? Detector. Detector. Oper. Okay. Sure. Whatever. Here, we'll grab the grain since it's there. Some vegetables. And some stimulant. All of those little things that you can grab like that, they contribute to your XP. Okay, well, that, I guess, gave us something to do. And we're level 5 now, at least. So I think that unlocks the sniper rifle for us, but it does not get us access. Alright, so if you look on our radar up there in the top right corner, you see that around the radar is kind of little red spots. You go towards those red spots, it gives you things that you can go find and go look at. A resource here, silicon, and that's about it. Hello. Okay, well, don't take this thing over the water. Doesn't work very well in the water. Well, we still want to be going north and west to get back home. We'll be off that direction. Oh yeah, console. We didn't interact with the console. All members of the expedition teams report to the responsible base commanders. Maximum alert level applies. Important, all vessels, system error. Technician has been informed time since message 105.25.8. System error. Select from the available options in the menu below. Planet overview. Ground sector, name forefathers, yada yada yada. Akua, that's the moon we're on. This is just information on the different parts of the game, really. What? What that? I don't know, that was weird. Supply depot, font of knowledge, experimental farms. Alright, so that's added a bunch of markers to our HUD. And we've got this interface again doing the stupid thing. Now, let's see if we can find. There's one up there to the north artifact site. We got a font of knowledge. I thought we marked 3 things here. A village. Okay. It might be beneficial for me to collect a bunch more resources and start building my way towards our first hover vessel. I think an HB is going to make it easier to get around than this hover bike that we're scooting around on right now. So we're going to head on back up to base, or towards base. We're going to collect a bunch of resources, and I will bring you guys back in a little bit. See you shortly. Alright, so I have been out and about picking up resources. I hit the resource deposits that we know about. Although I didn't hit the silicon more than kind of the one time that you guys, there's another copper deposit, one time that you guys saw. The reason for that is I decided that I'm making a hard push for level 7. So I want to get experience points, right? And I've been kind of testing different things, seeing what gets me what, and I have seen that all of these like plant life resources, every time you pick one of those, it gives you 100 XP. So like here, plant proteins, right? You look up there, 100 XP for picking it. Let's go check these moss scrapings over here. 100 XP for picking it, right? And then you look at our little resource rocks here. Each one of them gives you 50 XP, right? And I guess depending on what you are trying to achieve at any given point, it may be better to do like I'm doing right now, running around picking up mostly plant resources, because I'm trying to get my XP up, right? I'm trying to boost my experience so I can level, and it's definitely more XP to go through and pick all the plants than it is to mine resources. And when I'm talking about mining resources, I'm actually talking about picking up the rocks up here on the surface. Is you get half as many points for picking up one of these as you do for picking plants. But there's also a benefit to be said for picking up these rocks because you get valuable resources out of it. Now, the other end of mining is hitting the underground resources, right? The deposits, like that copper deposit right there. You don't get any experience points at all for mining those. I think you get a little bit for finding them, which scouting is a great way to get XP. So every time you locate something new on a planet, you get some experience points for it. But I've found that if you're on a early game XP hunt, it's best to go through and just pick up plants. Now, there's better ways later on in the game to gain XP, but early game, it is definitely best to go through and just pick up plants. That's the fastest way you can get XP that I'm aware of. Just search out these organic supplies, I guess, or resources. And I'll still pick up, little carbon rocks here and there, silicon rocks, iron, copper, etc. Just because I'm out and about, it's beneficial because I'm going to need them anyways. But my focus is definitely on the organic stuff right now. Like I said, I'm trying to make a hard push for level 7. Level 7 is where we can unlock some decent parts for our HB that we want to build. Again, this is a starter HV. This is going to be something that's just going to help us get around a little bit better than that hover bike, which is useful, but at the same time, kind of worthless, right? It's very difficult to control. It's very squirrely. Need some berries. And some more berries. Hey, give me the berries. Look at that, even more berries. Like I said, we'll still pick up some of these little rocks, but we've got to be getting close to level 7 now, right? I know we crossed the level 6 threshold a little bit ago. Where are we at? We are 94% of the way through level 6, so we are getting close. Just a few more. Like 450 more points will be alright. So find 5 more little plants. There's 1 and 2 right there. 3. 1, 2. Oh, I saw one right there, but guess not. 4. And 5, level 7. Alright. Now we'll head on back to our little camp that we've got set up. Might go ahead and continue picking things along our way back, if we see anything really along the way back. Been pretty thorough in grabbing stuff, I think. I could be wrong though. Yep, these have been picked, these have been picked. These have been picked. That hasn't. Like right here, yeah? Should be. Here, a few more points. And we'll drop some stuff off here. All this chucked in there. Now, all these food items are spoiling. That's okay. We're on a planet where they're not exactly a scarce resource. I think we're going to go ahead and check in on our tech tree. There's a few things we want to make sure we unlock here. One of those is going to be down here under the miscellaneous, the wireless connection. That's going to be important for us. And then weapons, what do we got here that we can use? I unlocked some light armor. We'll get that going here in a minute. Don't care about that. Tools, multi-tool, yes, I suppose. Drill, absolutely. And alright, we got 76 points to play with. We want to build an HV. Container extensions would be good. RCS, thrusters, hover engines. Might go for medium thrusters actually. Harvester and a drill wouldn't hurt. technically I could unlock large, but I don't know that we could even build them yet. I'm sure we can. Don't need a passenger seat because we're playing alone. Don't need armor because we're not hostile to anybody except maybe the Xerax. Spotlights and a detector are going to be important. I don't know about CPU extender yet. I don't know about weapons yet. These things we're going to start unlocking bit by bit. Actually, nah, we're still getting started. In fact, let's check our faction status. We don't know because we haven't met anybody yet. Alright, so I think that's going to wrap us up for today. When we come back next week, we're going to get started building a little HV that we can, actually, since we're here, let us start making some of those things that we just unlocked so that when we come in for our next episode, oh wait, we're going to need starter block, HV. No, just one, please. We're gonna need probably a bunch of carbon blocks. Let's say 100 of those. We're gonna need HV components, so we'll have the core. We're gonna need a detector. Don't need to worry about O2. We're gonna need at least one of those. 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 Can't make container controllers from this, really? Well, that's no good. Cool. So that'll get us the basic parts that we'll need to get our SV or HV started next week. I think we will go with 2, 3, 4 of those, maybe 6 of those. Need 2 in every direction except up and down, so that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 of those. Got our RCS. Don't need a docking pad yet. I think we might go ahead and make one more of each of those. And I guess some cargo boxes because we can't make container extensions. Apparently we can't make a Wi-Fi either. What? Miscellaneous. Wireless connection. Made survival, or sorry, small, SV constructor, large constructor, and advanced constructor. Wow. Okay, well, that's not ideal, but it is what it is. And like I said, we are about out of time for the day, and I'm gonna have to wrap it up. But hopefully you guys enjoyed. Hopefully I will see you next time. Thank you so very much. Bye-bye.